Oh, greetings all. Okay, we're going to leave the door open for a message. You can call us like a galactic update. See how things go. So, much love, everyone. Blessings. And see you on the other side. Greetings. This is Ishtar. Blessings. Blue Pleiadian. Blessings. To further our connection, we'll keep his eyes closed. Yes, there's much activity going on now, isn't there? Yes, not always into the human eye, but in our perspective, there is a great awakening upon you. So much in the air. The reptilian energies are quite immense at this time, forging their reputations into your society, their way of life, to make it more relatable. This has not happened at this time, but in your future time, you will see more reptilian energies of the positive in your realities. That's all we can say. You will know it when it happens, but it'll be some time. And also, Pleiadian, many of us are following in those footsteps. As for giving you something to relate to, as your human collective becomes more connected to us, how do we fit in your society? We are working on a better way of presenting that, but there is much in your society already. But much of it we can't always go into detail. One moment. Yes, there is very much around your North Korea. There is much outcry from us. Our energies are there at this time to bring a healing as much as possible. There is a reptilian energy there, but more of a malevolent energy there that cause catastrophes in that area. The Arcturians are bringing their energy set. Many of us are, as much as we can, but we cannot intervene too much, but we can do what we can to bring a healing process from our perspective. Understand, your perspective and our perspective will eventually become to one, meaning you will see us more clearly in your time. This is going to be some time, but not to say that will not happen soon, but depending on the levels of energy of who you are. One moment. What we are giving you at this time is not necessarily a time frame, but something to look forward to as for connecting to the alien energies of your Earth. Some do wish for your first contact. It all depends on you. We are waiting for you to be ready for us. So, if you look in your society and see where we can land our ships peacefully, let us know. You realize that is quite a feat, isn't it? There are some areas we are aware of, yes, but that is only through first contact. As for individual contact, in the works. Parts of your world are safe zones, but we can't go into detail, can we? Not at all. But we are working on connecting to humans on your Earth. As for contactee, which is nothing new, much of it will be spirit connection, as for our energy connecting to theirs. But as for physical connections, yes, that does exist also. Yes. Can't go into details on that. One moment. Yes, we see the area of violence around your North Carolina area, your Charlotte area, I believe. Our energy's there at this time. We can only, as they say, yes, there's much diversity problems in that area, of course, across your country. Much of that will be going through a healing phase. As you know more of who you are, many came into this lifetime with past lives of anger. Of course, those not always, some of those are your police officers, not necessarily those of the victims of those police officers. Many of the victims of the police officers are very calm and actually have a great love for themselves. Depending on who it is, there are some that do cause trouble, but even there, they still have. It is difficult to survive in this reality. So some have to do what they have to do to survive. And sometimes a criminal act is the way to go. But still, much of your police energies around you, yes, there is much hostilities around many of them. Uncertainty of their own future also, that they might be replaced by machines eventually. That is in your energy field at this time. Yes, you can see this in your future. As for your fiction, you'd be surprised. Your fast food makers are being removed as it is, slowly, into more of a computerized area. Your police are also on that list also. You'd be surprised. I do not think many of you are all that surprised by that. I do not think so. But yes, that might make it more hostile, but depending on, none of those will have any racial issues. At least you will not have that problem. Yes, they might have breaking down issues, technical issues, but as for that, they will not have that. Unless they are reprogrammed. Would you say a possibility of your future? One moment. Near future, it all depends on your realities, 10 to 20 years as a possibility. Not to say all your police will be removed from your streets, but as you can tell in your Americas, it is a hostile ground at this time. And many rules and regulations and many business ideas will be coming out of that to bring more clarity. Oh, yes, you say your robots are not ready. You might want to think again about that, depending on how it is done. You'd be surprised. If you have a driverless car, as you are working on at this time, anything is possible. Yes, I'll have many limitations, but you still be surprised. But understand, this is in your future. It is not down the road. Not yet, at least, depending on the violence that continues on your streets. But you'd be, I don't have any be that all that surprised by that. One moment. Judging by the energies of your Earth at this time, do not say financial collapse at any time that some are keeping. They keep feeling they see the vibration of that. Yes, you might see other timelines that are connected to that, but at this time, we do not see you part of this timeline. One moment. Yes, many Alpha Draconian energies around your Earth at this time. Many of actually a positive influence on your society. As for messages, much of this isn't. One moment. One moment. I will let them speak about that. It will come through in a moment. One moment. I'm going through the alien Rolodex. Excuse me. Judging by by your government at this time, yes, are some of your panic around your United States not because of the alien energies, because of society shifting into more of a violent pattern in some areas. Yes, your New York area. Yes, unfortunately, those type of incidents will continue on your Earth, in your Americas at least. And this is done to bring fear across your society, but also understand it's up to you to go and give into that fear. You don't have to do that. But they are bringing hostility to this, yes, to your country, yes. But you can remove that hostility. But this is up to you, of course, to connect more to who you are as for a spiritual connection, which does not involve fear. I understand many religions do have much fear, not all. Some don't, actually. But just remove the fear from your energy. We not allow this type of instance to happen to you. That is possible. Not always 100% on that, because sometimes certain lessons need to be learned. But the less negative energies, understand your country is going through a process of fear mongering at this time. Suppression also. Not because of our energies, it's because your country seems to be going through a phase at this time. That others wish to have control over it through terrorist acts. Are they building up to something? There is a possibility. We can't go into full details because not having been 100% made sure of that it will occur. But there are events in your time that is not pleasant. As many timelines are coming in, yes, where there is violence, other timelines coming in where there is no violence. But there is a fear control at its move, it is on its way, yes, to bring control over you, to add more surveillance, but also to make the areas in where you live hostile in certain places. One moment. One moment as we connect. One moment. Yes, these are serious times, yes. These are serious times, turning points for many, and not always for the better, but it depends on how you look at it. Realize this third density, fourth density, lower, is going through an awakening process. In that awakening process, you will find a place where you not have fear. And some will connect to the alien, some will connect to the spirituality, whatever it might be. To remove the fear and find what truly makes them happy, what truly feels right with them. And this reality is going to do whatever it can to keep you under its spell, as it's doing with its fear mongering with terrorist acts. Those are there just to keep you under its control. And it works very well now, doesn't it? But not for everyone. These things are there for many reasons. To put a spell on your society, to keep it at a low vibration. And many are realizing, yes, of course, your Americas is part of a target, yes. But also, you do not have to be targeted. Find where you want to be in life. But yes, these engineers of fear, they know exactly what to do. They realize that you are disconnected from your spiritual self, from love of self without fear, with fear. Excuse me. However you want to word that. Most do have fear in your country, for the most part. They have some. It is to remove it all. Yes, you're going to have a little bit, yes, but still, you do not hold on to it and wear it like a coat, like some do. They say, oh, I'm not fearful, but yet you do many fearful things. You realize that. Does that make sense to you? But much of this is being released on your planet. You are going through the warning stages of not to have fear at this time. That is one of the lessons. There's many others, of course. But yes, there's many tests planned apparently from what we can see. It is up to you to choose what you wish to live, what you wish to be a part of, what you wish to experience as for future in your life. One moment. Yes, I will not comment on your government too much. I'm not there to truly understand they are part of the suppression area. I'm not there to cure it, some sort of, but it is much of an illusion as for being helpful. You'd be surprised. One moment. But we do see your society becoming more aware, but that is sometime down the road. As for aware of the control mechanisms around your society at this time. One moment. Going through it downward blessings. One moment. Yes, your country eventually will find clarity. Eventually. What to be afraid of and what not to be afraid of. It will learn more about itself and those that are in your government system, the truth of it. Because much of it is not the government that you wish it to be. It is one that is more self-serving than serving the people, unfortunately. And many more will begin to realize that when this negativity of fear arises upon you. Many already know it through the weather systems that hit your country, where you do not receive much help at all, and realize they are on their own. Many more are going to begin to start feeling that also. It's just the way it is. And that will awaken the eye, awaken the person, but still lacking many answers, of course. We quite understand that. One moment. Yes, from our collective, it's what the answers lie within yourself of what is going to happen and what is not going to happen. Everything is within you. Where to go, where not to go, what's going to happen to your country, what positive, negatives are going to happen. Now understand the negatives are there as a learning lesson. Not necessarily bad, but a learning lesson. A stepping stone. That is all it is. But you do realize some of it is kind of overwhelming for many. Especially in the financial areas, we just quite understand that. In the health areas also. Where there's many tests that are overwhelming you at all times. Where you feel like you're being squeezed, where you feel like you do not have a place to breathe, is quite understandable. One moment. Yes. I'm in the middle of downloading. One moment. Pardon me. Also, within your Washington, D.C., we do see many that are going through awakening processes. As for being more helpful to your American people, instead of being a deceiver. Meaning, we do feel many whistleblowers going to become more known, not necessarily about alien energies, possibly, most likely not, but as for what is truly going on in your system, what is being kept from you. Yes, this happens often, but we do see a flux of whistleblowers coming out into the spotlight here and there. They will sprinkle out here and there, as they have been already, but we do see an influx of more than usual from your Washington, D.C. area. At least they had a connection there at one time. Because they're, yes, fed up, especially when you see these negative activities happening from your terrorists. We do see many fed up. As I said, it's not necessarily from exactly from your Washington, D.C., but you have connections with it. As your Snowden, pretty much, similar to that to some degree. Many would become fed up because they realize that much is known and not broadcasted properly as for the threats that are around. And they get tired of it. Because the communication issues does become overwhelming to some. Where these kind of acts can be avoided and they are not. I'll let you decide on why that is the reason, why that is happening. One moment. Also, we do see many of your police officers on your planet in your United States, because there is much hostility there, becoming more humane, but having troubles with that because they fear for themselves. But we do see your police areas around your country are going through a shift at this time, when they are more protectors and friends than foes, but this will take some time. It is going through a transitional process. As for this, more robotic energies going to your society is a big possibility, depending. The technology is not fully there, but trust me, it is being worked on at this time. It has been worked on some time for a while, let's put it that way. One moment. But we do see a healing within your police law enforcement. A more clarity of what is right and what is wrong. Many do have fear on the streets, and that fear executes a bullet into somebody, now doesn't it, for no reason. Because they become scared and they realize your police, yes, are feel too much like a target at this time. They don't know what to think anymore. Their minds are clouded. Some of that is reptilian, some of that is Syrian, some of that is gray, that is causing that malevolent energies there, because they realize they can manipulate those beings very easily because they're not aware. Who is? Most are not. Even those that are aware, it's very difficult to be aware. Does that make any sense to you? Hopefully it does. Stay cautious. We will leave you at this time. We are gathering our data for this type of communication, which is rare for us to be able to connect with you in this way. Usually, it is like 2 minutes of hello and goodbye. We will see what we are allowed to bring into your Earth environment from the Pleiadian perspective. But this is much helpful to us and others. And I hope you all have a galactic day, a beautiful galactic day, and realize you are not alone in this universe. Just open your mind and dream, but understand those dreams are all a reflection of you. And these visualizations are a reflection of you, meaning you have connections to all these things. Galactic, I should say. Which one to you?